Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of BNEWS Sports Hub. I'm your host, Anthony Matos. This month we hit the court for Lady Devils volleyball. We'll have a conversation with head coach Wingsze Seaman and captain senior Abuto and junior Keira Riley. We'll also have our player spotlight and our Red Devil review. That's all right here, right now on this month of BNEWS Sports Hub. To jumpstart our discussion, we will offer you a little refresher of the team. Robert Paris has your Red Devil review.
Hey everyone, I'm Robert Paris, and this is your Red Devil review. It was a great regular season for Coach Wingsze Seaman and the athletes as the Lady Devils volleyball team managed to finish the regular season at 16-4. It feels like Coach Wingsze has been with the team for quite a while, but she has only been with the team for a year and a half, after taking over for former coach Cassandra Blum during the spring of 2021 Fall Session 2. Since then, Wingsze and her athletes have been improving their records each season. Before we talk about this season, we'll look back at Coach Wingse's first two seasons. In her first year in Spring 21, even though it was a short modified season, it didn't stop Burlington from enjoying the game they love. Overall, the ladies finished the season with 7 wins and 2 losses. The team competed in 2 games during the Middlesex League tournament. First, they hosted the Arlington Spy Ponders, where they won 3-1 in the quarterfinals. They then went to Winchester High School for the Middlesex semifinals, where they fell 3-1, ending the season. 4 seniors left the team that offseason: Caroline Curtin, Shannon Joyce, Sam Mira, and Liz Gillespie. Gabrielle Millard, Molly Murphy, Sam Mora, and Nicole Pellegrino returned to the team in the fall of 2021, which saw the return to the normal schedule and an MIAA playoff tournament. Burlington improved to 13-5 with wins against Woburn, Reading, Wilmington twice, Wayland twice, Stoneham twice, Watertown twice, Lexington, Belmont, and Melrose. Their only 5 losses were against Winchester, Melrose, Arlington, and Wakefield twice. The team clinched a playoff spot in the MIAA Division II tournament. Burlington traveled to Hopkinton High School to face the Hillers, where they were shut out 0-3. 5 seniors started for the team in 2021 have departed: Sam Mora, Brendan Soares, Gabrielle Millard, Molly Murphy, and Nicole Pellegrino. Now turning to the 2022 season, 6 starters returned from last year, including Isabella Kasparian, Mia Abramo, Chloe Abuto, Rashiva Diva-Rubin, Keira Riley, and Grace Seaman. The Devils had 16 victories with wins over Reading, Lexington, Stoneham twice, Wayland, Bedford twice, Wakefield twice, Central Catholic, Wilmington twice, Arlington, Belmont, and Watertown twice. 4 losses included Winchester, Woburn, and twice against Melrose. The team clinched a playoff spot in the MIAA Division II tournament. In the round of 32, Burlington played host to the Milton Wildcats. It was a tight contest throughout, as both teams were tied after 4 sets, forcing a sudden death set 5. Unfortunately, the Lady Devils ended up losing 12-15 against Milton, ending their season. 4 seniors will be departing from the team in the offseason: Mia Abramo, Isabella Kasparian, Rashiva Diva-Rubin, and Chloe Abuto. We look forward to seeing this team continue to succeed come next fall. Coach Wingsze will return in spring of 2023, as she is also the head coach for the Red Devils boys volleyball team as they start their 2nd season. And that is all for your Red Devil review. I'm Robert Paris. Back to you, Anthony.
We had a Zoom interview with head coach Wingsze Seaman. Let's check it out.
I'm well. How are you?
We're good. Just talk about how the team was looking heading into the season.
Heading into the season, we knew we were going to have a pretty young team with only several returning seniors. And, as you know, we always are trying to be competitive, but we knew we were just going to have a young team this year. So a lot of ramping up potentially, knowing that some of our big players this year were graduating and preparing for the following seasons.
In the regular season, you guys finished 16-4. Just talk about the opponents along the way.
We had our normal ML12 opponents, as usual, and then we added in 4 non-leagues. And this was our first season since COVID hit that we had a full 20-game schedule, which was very busy. Most of the season, we had 3 matches every week and kept everyone on the move, whether in the gym for a practice a week or on a bus ready to go somewhere. The beginning half of the season, we spent most of our matches away, and then the second half, we fortunately had a lot of home games, which was fun.
So you were able to watch the game versus Milton at home. Just talk about how and what you saw on the matchup.
That was hard to watch from home, but I think Coach Emily and Coach Liv did a nice job covering for me. I think from home, I watched. Our team played very hard. I think we made maybe too many errors in a couple of the sets that were potentially match changers, but I think the players will learn from the experience and hopefully move on. One of the things we consistently go through is things that we do at practice do matter, and I think it was tough that week because I wasn't in the gym with them, getting them prepared. And I think going into it, I think we were ready to play. We just made too many errors when it came to game time.
Just talk about some of the strategies you taught the girls throughout the season.
Strategies. One of the biggest things is keeping the ball in play. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? And I think over the course of the season, there was huge growth amongst everyone. Like I said, we were a pretty young team, so there was a lot of learning throughout the season. But the strategy was that we would pick on our opponent's weaknesses as much as possible through our scouting videos and watching them in other matches. And I think for the most part, we did do a nice job with sticking to our strategy. There were a couple times I think we lost sight of that, but that we're still learning and we're still improving.
So just talk about the captains and how they stepped up this season, even with the young team.
So we had 2 co-captains this year, junior Keira Riley and senior Chloe Abuto. I think they went into the season understanding that we were going to have a young team, and I think they were very supportive of all the teammates and making sure that we were all, working together as a team. I think with Chloe and Kiera's experience, that helped guide the group into, their successes throughout the season.
What's it like working with your daughter Grace on the team?
It's the good thing with our relationship on the court is it's not our first time. I coached her when she was just 10, 11 years old, when she was starting to play club. And, initially I think we were learning together how to be on the same court, me as a coach, not as a mom, giving her direction as a coach, not as a mom again. And I think over time she's learned to discern between the two. Now that she's been on the team a couple years and has grown with the game, I think she understands, when I'm coach versus mom. So it works. I mean, I think she plays very well for the team, and she has gained a lot of confidence on the court and, a lot of respect from her teammates as well, which from a coaching perspective is huge for any player.
Just talk about the assistant coaches you work with.
Emily and Liv and I have now coached together for 3 years, which is great. I think it helps us build a very cohesive group amongst us. We know how each of us works, how we communicate with the group. Emily has started supporting also the boys team, as you know, just looking to help the program be as successful as possible. outside of Burlington, Emily's also helped me run multiple camps through the rec so that we can get kids interested earlier, younger, especially in the middle school age. There is no feeder program right now in Burlington for any middle school age kids or younger than high school. So the vision is that we start something, and I think Emily and Liv are a huge part in helping with that. Currently, Emily and I are going to be running a winter camp through the rec, January through mid-February. And I've also reached out to the athletic director about possibly doing something at the middle school, whether it's an intramural program or once a week or something. I think there's a huge interest in Burlington for volleyball, especially now that we've started a boys program. In my mind, it makes all the sense in the world to start them younger in middle school.
How was the Spike for Cancer event against Bedford?
That was awesome. I've known Coach Lisa Pridana for many years now. Her and I coach at the same volleyball club. So when we decided to do this match and it worked out that we were playing them a Friday night, I thought there was a huge opportunity for us to host the game at home. And with COVID kind of sidelining a lot of our fundraising efforts over the last couple of years now, I think people were eager to help and be part of the community and be part of the experience. And we had raffles, we had t-shirts, we had just people willing to help and donate money. And I think our latest numbers are almost $7,700,
Wow.
which is pretty amazing. And I think that attests to our community and how much just support there is in town.
What was the atmosphere like?
It was great. I mean, we had the whole student section was filled. So that was huge support from students. And I think a lot of them also went to the football game that night, which was great. So to have multiple sports played on the same night just encourages a lot of student participation. The fans were out. We had volunteers from the American Cancer Society come help out at the event as well. And so overall, I thought the energy was great. And just to have everyone back and help support such a great cause was fantastic.
What was your favorite win of the season?
I think my favorite win, there's a couple that stand out to me. Mm-hmm. Reading's always a tough team for us. For some reason, we love to go 5 sets every single time we play them. And we always love to make it really close, but it's always just really good volleyball. You know, one way, winning or losing. I think there's always great volleyball against Reading, and we came out with the win this year, and it was great. Belmont was also an unexpected 3-set win. I think we were preparing for a very tough match like we've had with them in the past. But whatever happened, the stars aligned and everybody hustled, and we came out with a 3 straight set win against Belmont. So that was pretty awesome. I think we had some really close ones. We had 2 5-set losses, one against Woburn and one against Melrose. I think we were hoping for a different outcome, but I think it was still really great volleyball and really competitive.
So what was the best game from a coach's standpoint, your coaching standpoint?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
What was your best game coaching-wise? Like, which game did the girls follow every single direction, and what was the perfect game?
I think it had to have been Belmont.
Belmont.
We went into that, and I was very clear of this is the strategy we needed to win, and for them to execute that and also get the win in 3 sets was pretty showing that they listened, and we had the right report on them. And I've known their coach for many years as well, and she even followed up with me afterwards and said, wow, you guys read us down pat. And I said, well, I read you, and I had the strategy, and the girls executed exactly how we needed to run it. And even they were pretty impressed with how well we played against them.
What are you going to miss from the seniors that are departing?
Yeah, we have 4 seniors this year. Chloe, Abuto, Isabella Kasparian, Risha Deverubin, and Mia Abramo. I think Mia, Bella, and Chloe I've had them all 4 years that I've been at Burlington. I think Risha spent one more year with JV before coming to varsity her junior year. So I'm going to miss them. I mean, I've had them the entire time that I've been at Burlington. We've been on this road together for a long time. So they'll definitely be missed. I think they've learned the game very well in just a short amount of time. I don't think any of them played before they started playing at Burlington. So it goes to show that them coming to practice and working in the off season makes a big difference to their game. So they'll be missed for sure.
What do you hope to take away from this season?
Take away from the season. I think it shows so much character, and for all the players to come to every single practice, knowing that we were a young team this year, knowing that they had to kind of work their butts off to get where we were. And I said it in even one of our social media posts that our first match of the season, we got blown out of the water. I think we played Winchester. Our first set was close, but the other 2 were not close at all. And it was very telling that we had a lot of work to do in front of us. So to come from that and end the season at 16-4 after the regular season just shows how much every single person on the team put the work in, especially the new varsity players. After last year, we had 6 returning varsity players. So that means 7 new players to varsity this year, it's huge, right? I mean, it's more than half of the team. So, so the takeaway is how much work the girls were willing to put in to get to where we ended the season, and super proud of how they did.
So boys volleyball starts their second season in the spring. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so I think depending on the numbers, my feel is that we run 3 teams this year.
Okay.
I don't see a reason why not to, except for I can't coach 3 teams.
That's why there's assistants.
And as you know, Anthony, last year was a little crazy.
It was mumbo jumbo last year.
What was that?
It was a lot of mumbo jumbo last year.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
So, the talks will be with the AD that we have the appropriate staff, since we, have a program, right? It's an established program, or in my mind, it's established now that there's enough interest. So if we can do 3 teams, that's what I'm looking forward to.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Thank you, Coach Seaman, and we'll be right back.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Let's check out this month's Player Spotlight with sophomore Grace Seaman.
I'm Grace Seaman, and this is the Player Spotlight. This year I'm a sophomore, and this is our best season in the past 2 years so far, and we're playing really well, and we made it to the tournament this year, and I'm really excited. We got second in our half of the league, and I think we finished 4th overall out of 12, which is pretty good. Our final record for the regular season was 16-4, which is not bad at all. Both my mom and dad played after college, so they kind of influenced me to play, and then I started playing club and then at the high school. I think most of our losses were in 5 sets, which is still pretty impressive. And yeah, it was just unlucky, but we played really well. They're all amazing. We're a really cohesive team, and we all love each other very much. The energy that they bring to the court and off the court is immaculate, and without them, we're going to be missing a big part, but I'm sure we'll be able to fill it somehow. That next year, being an upperclassman, I have to bring even more to the court than I already do and be a good role model for the underclassmen.
I'm here with junior captain Keira Riley and senior captain Abuto. How are we today, guys?
Good, how are you?
We're good. How did you each get involved with volleyball?
I started volleyball when I was in, I think, 5th grade. I started with a club program called Gators, and from there I got really involved. I did a bunch of different clinics and played on club teams, and then I really loved it, so I tried it for the high school team.
I just started my freshman year of high school, and I just tried out for volleyball on a whim, and I really loved it, and so I kept doing it, and now I'm here.
What was your favorite match of the year?
My favorite match was probably when we last played Melrose. They're usually a really good opponent. They ended up winning the league this year, I think.
Yeah.
And we played them. Our last game against them was a really good match. We went to 5 sets, and even though we lost, we played really well together, and we played very well together as a team.
Melrose was also my favorite, but I also enjoyed Woburn. We had the same energy. We really, a lot of our players that were on the bench really stepped up and took a really big role for we lost, but our big 5 sets.
Just talk about some of the strategies you each take in preparing for the games.
I think one of the best strategies we have is just we go into the game with a good mindset, and the practice before we say we need to stay positive no matter what. Even when we get down, volleyball's a game where if you mess up one point, you kind of just have to let it go, and you have to get ready to get the next point. So we kind of just the day before, a few practices before, we have to remind each other, stay up during the game.
We usually watch film. Our coach sends us for some tougher teams. And yeah, just a really important part of volleyball is just having a really good attitude. It really depends on their players to push each other and support each other.
What's it like being the captain of the team?
I really enjoy being a captain. I think that I can bring some positive energy to the team. And like I said, I really love volleyball, so it's a really good experience to kind of be seen as a leader on the team for a sport that I enjoy and I love so much.
Being captain is great. I love all my teammates. They look up to me, and I just love that I have to have a good attitude and make sure, even if we're in a really tough spot, that I'm still, on top and happy, because energy radiates on the court.
How do you motivate the entire team as captains?
I try to motivate the team by kind of putting it in perspective. When people make a mistake, it's really easy to get down on yourself. So we kind of say just forget about that last mistake. We need to play as a team together. And normally I think when we say stuff like that, it brings energy up, and then we start to play together more.
Same thing.
Same thing. How do the underclassmen look up to you guys?
I think being an underclassman is really scary. I started my first year of varsity was when I was a freshman, so I know that I was really scared, and having someone to look up to was I really needed that. So I kind of try to be welcoming to the underclassmen and tell them they can talk to me whenever, and I try to give them positive energy, because I know what it's like to be in that position. It's really scary.
Yeah, same thing. I just try to make jokes with them, make them feel there's no gap in power between each other. We are the same. So making them feel comfortable, because that's going to also show on the court.
You guys finished 16-4. Just talk about the opponents on the way to the current point right now.
Yeah, we had some pretty tough opponents. Like I said, Melrose was one of our toughest teams we played. We started off the game with Winchester, who's always a really good team. And that was a tough loss, because I don't think we played our best that match. But I would have liked to play them again, because we started off the season with such a strong team, and I know that we've come such a long way since we first played them. So I think it would be interesting if we got to play them again. But playing some of the tougher teams, where our 4 losses came from, though they were tough losses, I think that was really good experience.
It really helped us and empowered us, and even I think this season we're doing better than we did last season at this time, so progress is progress and I'll take it. So I'm just really proud of that.
Just talk about working with Coach Wingsze.
So when I started with Gators, Wingsze also was a coach there. So I had her prior to playing on the high school team. She's a very great coach. She's played volleyball for a very long time. So she really knows what she's doing, and I think she's very good at like keeping the energy up on the team.
Yeah, I've worked with her all 4 years of high school. She knows me, we know each other, so I feel like she just brings an understanding, and she really knows how to motivate us when we really need it.
What are some of the things she brings to the table for the team?
Like I said, she has like really a lot of knowledge about the sport. So she kind of so whether it's giving us like feedback or stuff, like she always has like something good to bring to the table, volleyball wise, and also like her energy. Like I said, she had played for so long, so like she knows what it's like to be on the court and to feel down after you make a mistake or something. But she always like reassures us that it's okay. We just have to get the next point, and we have to play our hardest.
Yeah.
What do you guys like about the rest of the coaching staff?
Coach Liv is the freshman coach, or Coach Liv and Coach Emily are the freshman and JV coaches. So they're like our assistant coaches, and they work with us during our matches, and they bring good energy always, like on the bench, whether you're on the court or when you're coming off. They always will say, nice job out there. They'll give you some feedback. So I think they just bring like really good energy to the team.
Yeah, they really try to motivate us. They really want what's best for us, so they really help by, just doing the little small things.
Where are you playing in college, Chloe?
Where am I playing in college?
Yeah.
Undecided yet.
Undecided? Are you planning on doing volleyball?
Yes, that's the plan for now.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Are you scouting out colleges?
Yeah, well, my club season's about to start, and that's when I can go and travel a lot more, so a lot more coaches can see me again. But I'm talking to some that saw me last season, but since I'm still new to volleyball, I'm still like looking.
What are you looking forward to heading into next season, Keira?
Next season, it's my senior season, so I'm very excited. We have a lot of underclassmen, so I'm excited to see their progression and how, like, even just throughout this season, there's been a lot of like change for the better. Like, people have improved so much, so I'm excited to see like how far we can get next season with such like almost a young team.
What are you gonna miss from Coach Wingsze when you depart from the team?
She just knows me. She just understands my jokes. I'm just gonna miss her little comments. I just gonna miss, like, I don't know, her jokes mostly. She's really funny.
What will you miss from being on the team in Burlington Red Devil?
Yeah, our team is very funny, like I said, and I'm gonna miss all the girls. Like, our practices are full of laughs, so I'm gonna miss just being in high school. Like, you can't get this experience anywhere else. So I made a lot of close friends with some of them.
With the regular season over, what are you guys taking away from it?
I think this has been a great season. Like Chloe said, I think we've done a lot better this year than we've gotten this far. I mean, we're going into the tournament tomorrow, which is a lot more than a lot of other teams can say. So I think I'm just like mostly proud of our team and how far we made it.
Yeah, same thing.
And what about that Spike Out Cancer volleyball game? What was that all about?
I think that was a very successful game. We ended up surpassing our goal by like thousands of dollars. And I think even that, like, aside from the money, we raised a lot of awareness. It was a great match, and I'm really happy we did it. I thought it went really well.
It was really fun. I loved the turn up. It was really good energy in the gym. I think that was like the most we've had in a long time.
We've ever had.
Or like at least for this season.
Yeah.
And a lot of our friends came and they were showing awareness for a really good cause, so it was really good.
What was the highlight of the year for each of you? Like the best moment you'll never forget?
Honestly, the Spike Out Cancer match. Like, it was just so fun. There were so many people there. There was so much to do, and like it was a good game too. Like, we ended up dropping a set to Bedford, and I think that almost made it like there was so much like anticipation of like what was gonna happen, and like it was such a tough match that I think like the energy was just there.
Mm-hmm. It was really fun being in that gym, and it was just like the yelling, the cheering, like all the pink, the serotonin the color
Yeah.
pink gives you was just really good.
That's it for this month of BNEWS Sports Hub. I'd like to thank my guests, head coach Wingsze Seaman, senior Chloe Abuto, and Keira Riley. I also want to thank you all for watching. I'm Anthony Matos, and we will see you next time on BNEWS Sports Hub.